Welcome to the L-EAF Lab. Today, we're going to be walking through our nested workflow board, or as we call it, the workshop. This is the scaled framework from L-EAF, which we in the lab use to manage complex problems that flow into the lab so that we can bring them to teams who continue to deliver value. All work that comes into the lab is first assessed as to its essential size. How long do we think it's going to take? It's either going to take somewhere between a half to 3 mesocycles. For the lab, a mesocycle is 1 year. Or it comes in and it might fit comfortably into 1 to 3 macrocycles. And in the lab, a macrocycle is a quarter, so 3 to 9 months. When work first comes in the lab, it goes through a discovery process where we start to gather some of the information. And through a series of interviews with stakeholders, we continue to add details, refining, adding in layers like the vision, and additionally adding in the scope of the project, where it is that we're going towards, what is the strategic outcomes we're trying to deliver. At which point, once fully refined, work is then ready for batching. Once batching begins, it's pulled forward, and that is when we are refining goals. For work that comes in that we estimate will fit into a couple of macro cycles, so again, it could be somewhere between 3 to 9 months, that work would come in as a strategic goal. Strategic goals go through the exact same process as strategic objectives. Now, whether work is coming in as a strategic objective or a strategic goal, it is strategic goals that the teams themselves work on. Once the details are layered into the cards and it's ready for teams are able to then go ahead and pull. If a strategic goal is not currently in process, in other words, a team is not working on it, it sits in this column. Once a team has started working on it, they take the lead and they coordinate with other teams to go ahead and get the strategic goal delivered. And the way they do that is they peel off vertical slices of work that they, through a refinement process, layer in the details that they'll need to go ahead and identify what is that vertical slice of value that as a team they're going to work on, that's going to incrementally bring us closer to our strategic goal. And then they will go ahead and actually work on the individual tasks on a team workflow board, where they'll go ahead and create their own tasks and pull them through their own workflow.